Welcome to DBL. It is Tori's favorite day, Super Tuesday. Yes, people should be excited about it.
It's civic duty time, guys.
Yes, exactly.
If you're going to complain, participate.
Okay. Yep, can't complain unless you participate. Exactly. All right, so yes, it is Super Tuesday. 16 states and a U.S. territory are holding their presidential primaries today. And if you're in one of those states, we strongly encourage you to get out and vote, not just because, as Tori said, it's your civic duty, but because it can actually be good for your health. So here to talk all about that, the one and only Dr. Coley. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so Dr. Coley, some of our viewers might be being like, what? How is this good for my health? So please tell us.
You know, it's incredible. We've had a ton of studies that tell us that what you do on election day or leading up to the election can have impacts on your health. So the actual decision about who you vote for can actually drive up your stress hormones and cortisol levels. So I'm not talking about the decision of deciding who to vote for, but the act of voting itself is really very good for our mental health. So the first thing that it does is it relieves our psychological distress. Because if you think about why we're depressed, why we're anxious, why we use substances like alcohol or marijuana, it's because we feel a loss of control.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And the way we can get this control back is this engagement. It's by voting. We have control. So exercising that control really does help sort of alleviate many of those symptoms. There's also been a number of studies that have looked at political activism and happiness. They're very closely linked. Now, some people might say that being politically active leads to happiness. Some people might say the happier people are politically active. But what it is really a feed-forward cycle. The more politically active you get, the more you can really engage those centers of happiness, because again, it's a way for you to have your voice be heard, to take that fate into your own hands.
And community.
And be social.
Absolutely. You find like-minded individuals and you all become like a family.
It's very true. And it helps you with resilience. And so people, especially Black and Latin college students, which are the ones that they did these studies in, if they vote, they're actually more likely to be resilient, less likely to feel discrimination, and less likely to have reactions to that discrimination.
Really Have you been on the internet lately?
A lot of angry people.
So it's funny because they're actually talking about creating this condition called election stress disorder, which is not a formal psychiatric condition yet, but because we've had so much charged energy around politics, they're talking about it. But I really want us to focus on glass half full, because yes, making a decision about who to vote for, which side you believe in, what you believe, those are tough, but the act of voting gives us that power back.
Especially if you're a woman. In many places in this world, you are not even allowed to voice that, so we shouldn't take it for granted.
Right.
Switching gears here completely, there's a scary new headline out there today linking diet soda to a deadly heart condition. Can you tell us about that?
This came as a surprise to the medical community, because for the longest time we've been telling many of our patients, those with diabetes, those who have extra weight on them, drink that diet soda. Don't drink the regular soda because it has too much sugar. And now this is the first study that has created an association between diet soda and this electrical problem with the heart and arrhythmia called atrial fibrillation that can lead to heart failure, it can lead to stroke, it can lead to early death. And it's a 20% higher risk association with just 2 liters a week, which if you think about, if you go to McDonald's and get one of those super-sized drinks, that's about 2 liters.
Oh, wow.
You know? And so it's not a large amount that you need to have this potentially higher risk. But one point that I want to make clear, which we're not sure yet in the studies, is it the diet soda itself, or is it that it's a marker of something else? Because the people that are more likely to drink the diet soda are the ones that are heavier, and that obesity is associated with AFib, or the ones that have diabetes, right? Because it's sugar-free, and diabetes is also linked to AFib as well. So we've tried to adjust for that in the study, and the relationship still exists, but it's a kind of a first spotlight on how diet soda may not be as good as we thought it was, especially for our diabetic and obese patients who are more likely to get AFib anyhow.
So if I'm driving through a McDonald's and I want to get should I get a diet soda to indulge or a regular soda?
I don't think they come in 2 liter
That was
sizes.
my follow-up question. I know, that was huge.
You said 2. I don't think they're not that
2
big,
liter,
are they?
I was like, oh my
I think she's thinking of like a big gulp and stuff.
But those aren't 2 liter. Do they come that big?
Big gulp?
Hey guys, big gulps.
1 liter.
See you later.
Jeff and I have decided to remain 11 years old.
Yeah, that was from Dumb
Wait,
and
should we
Dumber.
do?
Thank you.
No, don't do regular either.
Okay.
Because that's also linked with all this stuff. Plus, it has the sugar and the calories. And as little as 2 regular sodas a week, like 2 cans of regular soda a week, can actually negate all the good things we're doing, like exercise and such. So my personal drink of choice when I'm on a plane and I want that little bubbly feeling.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Double.
Yes. Double.
No soda.
What is your personal drink of choice?
Sparkling
your favorite?
water.
Yeah.
So that gives you that little soda flavor, but it's much more hydrating, right? Because soda is dehydrating because of the caffeine. It has a lot less sugar, obviously, and it's better for your teeth as well because it doesn't have some of those same chemicals that you're.
So like a
in calories.
Perrier or one of those?
I don't know if they don't. On what plane do you fly that gives you Perrier?
Well, what kind of
Usually club
Virgin
soda.
Galactic.
So it's just club soda.
soda.
Well, on the plane.
Yeah.
Just regular club
That
soda.
doesn't
or
quench.
seltzer water.
Okay.
And some of those brand names actually have sodium added. So I usually just flip the can over and just kind of make sure there's no flavors, no additives, no sodium, just any kind of junk to put inside my
Oh,
body.
man.
Okay, well,
Anything to mix with Tori's vodka.
There's this much room left.
Vodka is
Doc,
low calorie.
I have to ask you about this because everybody loves this food. This is not really for me, but people love yogurt. Not my jam. I got to get into it apparently because the FDA is saying that it may decrease your risk of diabetes. Is there any truth to that, and do I need to start eating yogurt?
You do, Dr. Jackson. Yogurt
There's
is
that
part
layer
a
of
well-balanced-
liquid on the top.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to
Just
eat
kind of
this.
mix it all up together. Add some.
It is
like
gross.
it.
Yeah, right. It's quite good for you, but that layer is kind of
That's
gross.
so gross.
Yeah, the fluid.
Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah.
I know. What is wrong with you? Mix it.
Mix it, add
It's
a
like you
little
mix
fruit.
peanut butter or
It's just-
anything else.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Doctor.
It really is a very good superfood, but we have to be careful here. The FDA has the best intentions because it's trying to guide us to the right foods, right? When we shop for food, it wants to tell us what's good for our health, but by putting this kind of a claim, it makes me think I can sit and eat yogurt all day and prevent diabetes. And that's actually not true with certain yogurts.
Yeah, some are full of
Sweetened
sugar,
yogurt.
man.
Exactly. They're going to cause diabetes. Frozen yogurt, you go to frozen yogurt shop every day, you're not going to prevent diabetes.
What?
You're going to get it. So we have to be clear that it's plain unsweetened yogurt that's got a lot of protein, a lot of calcium, a lot of probiotics, not a lot of fat, and organic usually is better than unorganic. But really different types of yogurt have different health benefits. So this kind of a blanket statement can confuse people. So we want to be sure to incorporate yogurt into our diet because it's good for our bones. It can help us lose weight because it's full of protein. So it fills us up faster, and it's really good for our digestive health with all of those probiotics.
As somebody that doesn't drink, you taking frozen yogurt away from me is a step too far. That is my happy hour on a Friday. It's just like,
How about I give you a yogurt parfait with some pumpkin seeds and some berries, and I mix it
Sounds
up.
amazing. Chia seeds on top.
Really good.
Right?
Yeah, it really is.
I don't
Yeah.
want to grow food later. I want it now.
All right. DBL Nation, follow Dr. Coley on social media at Pyle Coley MD. Also be sure to subscribe to her YouTube page. Please also check out her podcast, Art of Medicine, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you again, Dr. Coley. We appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Doc.